Hi everyone, this is Nate with Native Nomads. I hope you enjoyed part 2 of our new series, our favorite places to see in Mexico. Last week you got to see Bacalar, Tulum, and Xilitla, and we really hope again that you enjoyed those as much as we did. And this week you get to see part 3 of our series, where we're going to show you 3 new places to go and see while you're in Mexico. I hope you enjoy. As always, if you have not subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button. If you like a specific area of Mexico that we haven't mentioned yet, make sure to leave it in the comments. And if you like our video, give it a thumbs up.
Number 9, San Cristobal de las Casas in the state of Chiapas, Mexico. Now this is one of Nate's all-time favorite cities in the entire world. He absolutely loves it. It's about 12 hours south of where we live in Mérida, and it's completely different landscape. We said we kind of felt like we were in the Swiss Alps. It's a bit chilly. You'll notice the air starting to get crisper. And as you start to enter the area, you will notice fog. The elevation is getting higher and there's mountains all around. It is absolutely beautiful. It's very quintessential Mexican architecture with cobblestone streets, beautiful houses and cathedrals and restaurants. San Cristobal de las Casas is a pueblo mágico. Basically, they're magical towns of Mexico that take you back in time for their traditional Mexican architecture and just how beautiful they are. So when in town, you'll find many opportunities to buy artisan items, including beautiful textiles with beautiful patterns woven into them. One more really interesting thing about this city is it's very much influenced by the indigenous people living in this area. One of those indigenous groups being the Tzotzil Maya. Definitely recommend getting a tour in the nearby town of Chamula. This town is pretty special because it's completely run by the Tzotzil Maya. We were lucky to meet Felix through the Airbnb experiences, who became our tour guide and taught us many different interesting things.
To say I'm happy is hun koon.
Hun koon.
Hun koon literally means hun is number 1. Koon means my heart. My heart is one.
And going into the really mystical and big white and green church in the middle of Chamula. So you'll find lots of pine needles all over the ground and greenery from trees hanging down. It just feels very rustic and natural inside, and just hundreds of candles and incense burning, and it's a very special, interesting place to go. It's like entering another world, and we learned so much about the specific Tzotzil Maya beliefs and history there in the area. Many of the Airbnbs we stayed at had little fireplaces, and they were very cozy, very different architecture.
We really don't want to go, but all good things must come to an end. But we love this town and we love this place, so.
It really just feels like you're stepping into a mountain town in like the 1700s. It's absolutely beautiful and charming. One more side tip, if you have the time, we highly recommend going an hour or 2 outside of town to Canyon Sumidero. We took a boat ride through the canyon, saw huge alligators. And gigantic overhanging cliffs on either side of us with waterfalls. We also recommend, if you can, taking the few hours drive through Villahermosa Way down to Palenque. The elevation starts to go down and you start to enter this tropical rainforest jungle. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look out for howler monkeys. It was our first time seeing them. They were so cute, but the sound that they make is really, really different. Look out for parrots and toucans and other tropical birds up in the canopies of the trees. And of course, check out the Mayan ruins there. Absolutely amazing. With the Temple of the Inscriptions and other gorgeous structures there. If you just head about 30 to 60 minutes outside of Palenque, check out Roberto Barrios Waterfall. Really fun, huge sliding rocks that you can slide down. And because of the lichen that grows on the rocks, you can just walk up them pretty easily and not slip. And lots of gorgeous pools and waterfalls to play around in all day. So a really magical area. Number 8, Santiago de Querétaro. This was one of the first places we visited from the Yucatan when we moved here. Just a couple hours north of Mexico City, you can jump on a bus and make your way there. It's a beautiful city with so much to explore and see. We came here actually for a location indie MexX meetup with other members of this digital nomad community, and had such a great couple of days with the workshops and all of the hangouts. This is an amazing place to go either with a tour or a group of people or on your own. It's very friendly, it's very walkable. There's so much to see and do. Museums, restaurants, galleries, breweries, markets, and more. And if you're there for a few days, go ahead and take the couple hours drive outside of town through the desert and to Peña de Bernal. We got to go on a hike up this really huge mountain, and it definitely whipped us into shape, but gorgeous views of the surrounding area and a really cute town there as well. So if you have time, Peña de Bernal. Number 7, Oaxaca City. Right in the center of the state of Oaxaca and just a few hours south of Mexico City, you will enter the beautiful terrain of Oaxaca City. Now, we got to go on our road trip a year and a half ago in 2019 and wished we had had more time. We only had a couple days here, but you will quickly find that Oaxaca City is known for its mole. Many different types of mole that you can get, which is just this very complex flavors of chocolate and chilies and other flavors. And you can basically have it with everything, you know, with chicken dishes or enchiladas. Very delicious, and especially here in Oaxaca City. Some of the top things that we found to do in Oaxaca City was just walk around. It's very walkable, it's very beautiful, and you'll just bump into lots of cool stuff. Art galleries, a textile museum. Oaxaca is actually known for having the highest concentration and diversity of indigenous groups. So in the textile museum, we learned a lot about textiles that they make and the patterns that they make specific for their communities. That was really interesting. There's also a sprawling garden right in the center of the city with beautiful blooming cactuses and other desertous plants. And Oaxaca City is also known for its festivals. When we went, there was a summer festival going on with hundreds of people and huge puppets, these bizarre big puppets with people underneath. You know, they were probably 20 feet high, dancing, and other dancers there. With traditional music and costume, and it was just such a festive, fun place to be. Oaxaca City is one of the most famous, if not the most well-known place for their Dia de Muertos celebrations, which is Day of the Dead. We have yet to go, but it's definitely on our bucket list. Probably one other favorite thing that we love doing was just going to many of their different rooftop bars and restaurants where you can watch the sunset, you can people watch, you can sip on a margarita, you can get your mole dish, and just relax and take in the sights. So Oaxaca State is beautiful in terms of its landscape. We drove through and just saw some of the most beautiful mountainous ranges. The winding highways going through, the drops were very steep, but it was absolutely beautiful. We didn't have enough time to check out some of the places, but we are planning to go back and explore more. So some of the places that we want to explore on our next trip is Hierva de Agua, which are hot springs right in the mountains about an hour or two outside of Oaxaca City, and then making our way to the Pacific side, checking out the stunning beaches we've seen pictures of and can't wait to explore. Some of those being Puerto Escondido and Mazunte.